Welcome back to the Positive Podcast. Glad you were tuning in. Father's Day, June 20th, 2021. Glad you are here. Jeremy Todd, the Positive Side Podcast host, coming to you live from the world headquarters in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Boy, oh boy, I'm glad you were here. Today, we're going to go over just some really difficult questions. One of the things I would do when I work with my clients one-on-one, especially when they're trying to develop a podcast, is we like to talk about their ideal client or their avatar, whoever they're talking to. But as I went through these questions with one of my coaching clients the other day, and I'm like, wow, these questions are unbelievably brutal. And man, I'm glad I went through them because I couldn't get these questions out of my head. And it's funny, I've been through this time after time after time after again, but for whatever reason, this time it stuck with me a little bit more. And I'm going to share these questions with you. So do me a big favor. Now, if you're driving in the car, don't grab a piece of paper and a pen. If you're sitting at home, go grab a piece of paper and a pen and write these questions down. And if you're just driving and just listening, just go through these questions in your head and give me these answers. Now I'm going to go through these here, and then that'll be the end of the episode. And then I just want you to kind of think about these things. All right. So let's get into it. Question number one: what do you secretly fear may be true about your life? And then it goes on either about certain products or services, but really more importantly, just I guess that just first part of the question: what do you secretly fear may be true about your life? And then I thought to myself, like, man, there are a lot of things that kind of scare me about that, right? Am I a fraud? Like, am I real? Am I good enough? Am I all these things went through my head, and I don't think they're right or wrong to think about. There is no right or wrong, right? But it's just these questions that were so powerful. Question number two: what do you worry about? What keeps you at it night, up at night? Man, what do you worry about? What keeps you up at night? And as you're thinking about these, just think about these questions to yourself. Like, what does that mean? What's going on in your life that you have these that keeps you up? What are you stressed about? And a lot of times just writing these things down is just a huge exercise, just allows you to puke it out of your head and get it on paper. What stresses you out on a regular basis? What stresses you out on a regular basis? Man, and maybe you're going through this in your head, like maybe the way I treat myself, the way I'm drinking too much, I'm not exercising enough. What stresses you out? Is my job, is my 9 to 5 stressing me out? Do I need to quit my job? Do I need to figure something else out? Do I need to go after my goals and dreams? Do I need to hire a coach? Well, how about that question? The next question: what do you not look at or face in your life because it triggers too much fear? Man, oh man, what a strong question that is, right? What do you not look at or face in your life because it triggers too much fear? Man, that's freaking powerful, right? Um, and I'm not gonna give you all my answers. This is really just more of an exercise for you to kind of work yourself through these things and write these things out on a piece of paper. Next question: what's the worst case scenario to your life situation? The one fear that keeps you up at night. What is that one crazy thing? Let's go to that question again. What's the worst case scenario to your life situation? The one fear that keeps you up at night. Next question: how do you fear others would react if they found out about your situation? Are you a fraud? Oh my gosh. What does that make you feel? How does that I mean, do you feel like you're not good enough at your job? Do you feel like you're a fraud? Do you feel like you're not powerful enough? Bizarre question. And writing these things down, help puking them out. What do you fear might fail if your situation continues or it gets worse? What do you fear might fail if your situation continues or it gets worse? And this is where it kind of switches up a little bit. And this is where I'm kind of liking this stuff. If money were no object, what brand or kind of product service would you buy to solve this problem? So if we talk about all these issues that we have in our life, and we're real about them, I mean, really real about these whatever quote unquote bad things in our life, that we're so afraid that if someone finds out we're a fraud. But what if there was something out there that you can change that? What would that look like? Who is that person? What do we need to do in our lives to change it right now? Do we need to overcome this fear? or this obstacle in our life that we've been secretly holding back. And what's beautiful, and I'm not trying to tell you that this is your story, because, but with my story, what held me back is, my childhood trauma that has held me back for so long, and the fear of what other people would think about what I went through. Like, what would they think of me? And it's just a weird, amazing, stressful feeling after releasing that out, that I am not perfect. I am flawed just like the next person, but I don't worry about anybody finding out anymore. This is who I am. This is me. It's reality. But if money were no object, what would I do to get me out of this funk? This is for you, out of this funk, of the situation, this thing that stresses you out. What do you need to do? What do you wish? Let's skip that one. What do you secretly wish was true about your life situation? Um, or just, I guess, just in life in general. Like, okay, so what do you especially wish was true about your life situation? So that one thing, that one goal or dream, maybe it is a weight loss thing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I feel like I'm overweight, or I eat terribly. I have this secret thing where I eat a gallon of ice cream at night every single, or at midnight every night, whatever the case is. But what do you secretly wish was true about your life situation? Like, what would be that crazy goal, that crazy dream that you think to yourself, man, wouldn't that be wild if I did that? Wouldn't that be wild if I actually quit my job and went for my goals and dreams? What would be wild if I didn't quit my job and just started this goal or dream in my garage in my free time? That'd be wild. What would other people think? What's the OMG, I can't believe that exists dream solution that you pay almost anything for? What does that look like? Like, what is that one thing? And I think, and as you write these things down, you've developed this in your mind. What's this one thing that maybe if I could add this to my life, maybe I could switch up things, maybe I can try this, would make a gigantic difference in my life. But I need that help. I may need a little bit of accountability. I may need to hire a coach. I may need to talk to my friend. I need to talk to my mom, my dad, whoever. But man, can you imagine their life? And people are like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this person did that with this dream solution. How will others respond to you if you get this situation fixed in an ideal way? Let's just say people think, let's just go worst case scenario. You're a complete alcoholic. What would other people respond to you if you went completely the other way? What if you were just in whatever area of your life that people have always known you for, you've been smoking cigarettes, you smoke 3 packs a day. What would other people think? How would they respond to you if you fixed that situation and quit cold turkey smoking? How would your life change? What would your day-to-day life look like? The people you see, the people you hang out with, maybe the people you haven't seen in years. And again, you can use this situation for whatever that is that you're thinking about. If I change my life in this way, if I actually went for my goals and dreams and I wasn't known for this type of person or this person, and I changed it all up, how would everybody else react to that? What will we be able to do, get, or achieve if your fantasy situation actually comes true? Imagine that. You change your life so much by not listening to whatever people think, whatever they say about you. You don't give a shit. Your life is on a different path and nothing's going to stop you at all. What will you be able to do with that if that situation comes true? And this final one's so important. Where will you be more powerful and influential in your life if your fantasy situation comes true? So this whole conversation, we started out with maybe some dark questions. So maybe those things that we're embarrassed, we're afraid of, and maybe we're just ashamed of. This is what we do for a living, or this is the type of person I am. And we flip it all the way around. We come here to the very end. Where will you be more powerful and influential in your life if your fantasy situation comes true? If you can actually get out of the situation, and this is what this question says to me. If you can get out of this situation, how are you going to respond to others? Where can you push and allow other people to come into your greatness? Where can you influence people that were in the exact same spot you were? Maybe you know somebody. Maybe you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with, and the other 4 people you hang with are complete losers. Yet you change your life and you get to the next level. How big of an influence can you be to say, hey, you know what? I have been there before. I have been where you are. And you remember, I mean, these other questions, how are other people going to react? Man, remember that person was with me. But now, how can you help these people get to the next level? It's not what you're going to do you don't go to the next level and stay there, right? You bring other people with you. You can constantly try and help others. It's together or whatever, together we all rise together, or ships in this, I don't know. There's some kind of saying around along those lines about ships in the harbor or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you can get to the next level, bring everybody else to the next level, and let's see how better we can become as a team. These are the things that life's about. This is what the Positive Side podcast is about. This is what the message of this show is about. It's about facing these fears and facing these dark times in our life, and how are we going to get through them, and what are we going to do when we get to the other side? Because we will, because again, we say it in every single episode, you've got greatness within. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. What's going to change? If nothing changes, nothing changes, right? If nothing changes in your life, you will be at the exact same situation you are right now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, 5 years, whatever the case is, you fill in the blank. If you'll never change, you're going to be where you are. Nothing's going to change in your life. What big time change can you make to where other people will say, wow, I remember that person when? If this resonates with you, shoot me an email, jeremy@jeremytodd.com, because it resonates with me and I'm the one talking about it. I mean, come on now. It's time, right? It's time. It's 2021. We're halfway through the year. When are you going to decide that this life is important and you do have greatness within? If you want to know how, if you want to work with me one-on-one, give me a shout, because I'm helping people change their lives every single day, and it's amazing, and I love it. Are you the next person? Are you the next person to get to the next level? Is the big question. Run over to the positivesidepodcast.com. Make sure we like each other all over Facebook. Friend me, I'll friend you, and kumbaya, we'll be BFFs forever. 30-minute free power call. Let's see if it works. Let's figure this out. Again, shoot me those emails, jeremy@jeremytodd.com. Leave those 5-star reviews. Join the Facebook page. It's blowing up. I got mad love for you. I say it every single episode, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You've got greatness within. Like always, this is the Positive Side.